Google's Home Hub combines a Google Smart Assistant with a 7-inch screen in a small package. It'll show you information from Google Assistant, play music and TV, act as a photo frame and guide you step by step through cooking recipes, all at the command of your voice. It's the first such product from Google that can do this, and it'll compete against Amazon's much larger Echo Show and smart displays from other companies, and we've been testing it out. Now, when I first saw the Google Home Hub, I was surprised at the size. It looks bigger in photos, and I think that's something of an optical illusion because this screen kind of looks like an iPad, and iPads are much bigger than this. The wide bezel in some ways disguises the small size of the screen, 7 inches, but I'm not sure that white was the right choice. Black or a colour to match maybe the back might have been better, or more to my taste at least. Around the device there's a hardware mute button on the back for when you want the microphone off. There's a volume rocker to the rear on the right of the display, and at the top here there are a couple of microphones, and this thing in the centre is an ambient light sensor. It measures the brightness of a room and adjusts the screen of the hub all the way down to just about 0 when the lights are off. Now, there's no camera on this. That means you won't be able to use it for video calls, but Google said that that was a decision it made so that people wouldn't feel wary about placing it in places like bedrooms. So what can you do with it? Well, first of all, this ambient display here. It's what's shown on the device when it's not in use, and you can program it to show curated art and photos. You can have a clock or a link to a personal Google Photos gallery. Now, you can curate your own gallery if you want, or you can use Google's AI to find photos of your kids, pets, vacations, whatever you want, and they'll show up on here. But none of that's very interactive. What about when you speak to it? That's when it starts to get fun. Just like normal, you'd wake it with, "Hey Google, what's the weather in London this week?"
Tomorrow through Friday in London, it'll be partly cloudy most of the time, but on
And you'll
Wednesday,
both see and hear that information.
Highs will be
Hey Google, how's traffic from San Francisco to Los Angeles?
on your way to Los Angeles. Traffic is light as usual.
One of the slickest interfaces it has is for recipes. Hey Google, show me a recipe for onion soup.
Okay, here are some recipes.
It pulls out the ingredients and cooking steps from a recipe and will walk you through them, all controlled by your voice. It's pretty clever, but it's only as intelligent as the programming inside it. And while it knows how to parse recipes, it can't do some things I would have thought were just as simple. Hey Google, what's on TV tonight?
Sorry, I don't have the TV schedule for that yet.
The Home Hub will play music, but it won't replace your audio system. The sound is good, although the small size here means that it can't produce a deep bass for a nice full audio. The device itself connects to Google Play Music, YouTube Music, Spotify, Pandora, and Deezer, and you can stream hundreds of radio stations through the voice interface too.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
When Google showed off the Home Hub, I was most excited though for the smart home integration. It promises to provide an interface to your entire smart home on a single page, or at least all the Google Home compatible products that you have, and this is what it looks like. Everything is listed by device type, or I can press this button to switch to a listing by room. Products from Nest, which is owned by Google, work best, as you might expect. You can use voice or the touchscreen to adjust a Nest thermostat or stream a Nest security camera, but non-Google products also work. Now, this is a step beyond the phone experience, where I still need a TP-Link app to see that camera feed. You can see all the Chromecast devices in your house and what they're playing. You can control them too. You can switch on and off lights around your entire home. It's a pretty good smart home control panel, but your smartphone is still king. All of the basic controls still need to be handled through the Google Home app in your phone. In fact, the Home Hub is added to your network through the phone app too. The Home Hub doesn't have a Zigbee or a Z-Wave radio, which are two popular smart home networking protocols, so it can't talk directly to many products. You'll still need a hub for those networks. So it's got a great visual interface, but it won't replace anything that you have now. Now, I've only been using the Home Hub for a few days. When I got it, I placed it in my dining room, and I found that the constantly changing photos in ambient mode were a distraction when I was eating. If you have a compatible TV service like YouTube TV, you'll soon discover also that you can stream any TV channel live on this, and that's also something of a distraction if you're sitting around and the screen is in front of you. So if you're like me and you're trying to reduce the amount of time you spend glued to a screen, carefully consider whether you want to introduce another display into your house. I've rated the Home Hub though 4 out of 5. It is great at providing a visual interface into Google Assistant and your smart home. It costs $149.